And taking a step farther back there, one thing I forgot to mention about my homestead bringing up was my grandma was a professional chef in a very white America setting. And all of her friends were Indian, Mexican, Chinese, African, and they would come over and cook in our farm kitchen. And at a very young age, I was exposed to all of that culinary scene where a traditional barbecue for us would be hamburgers and hot dogs and potato salads and coleslaw. Whereas when my grandma's friends would come over, now we're eating pad thai and Szechuan noodles and tacos. And that was before the golden age of every restaurant was at your fingertip. That
Hmm.
was like, you didn't eat that food unless somebody in your community that you knew and were invited over to have it. That's how you got exposure to it. So I lean a lot into those memories of canning, pickle, processing, and then having those chefs in our kitchen and just watching what they do and how they do it. And there's a lot of muscle memory with that that associates with the chefs that I work with as well. I'll go in and I'll meet these chefs and we'll try one or two samples. And I basically can look at the rest of the menu and I can be like, this is going to be this guy's strong suit. And these are the things we should probably stay away from this chef. And we basically just use those footnotes as we develop the menus. And it's, it is fascinating, because you see the rewards and the compliments you get from the people that come back, and they're like, "Man, you're either guessing really, really good, or you're trying all this food before you buy it." And that's one thing I don't do is I don't try it all before I buy it because I couldn't afford to do that. It wouldn't be cost effective as a business owner. So there's a lot of muscle memory, which coincides with farming.
Hmm.
You know, you forget things in the beginning of the season that become alarmingly apparent in the middle of the season. But that's why I'm a good note taker as well. So like when I plant my fields, I always have an atlas. I always have the north, south, east, west. I have the length of the beds. I Everything is input onto a piece of paper. And that basically just tells me like when I planted it, when I harvested it, what kind of pests were on it. All that stuff is on those notepads. So a lot of that again is like reinforcing the muscle memory of the process of doing it year after year after year after year. And you just basically hone your skills and you get better at it.
In establishing the geographic range of the hungry locavore, could you tell us the boundaries or the area that you're covering?
So in general, I try to stay within just southeast Michigan, just this far southern corner here, southeast corner. There's plenty of producers and there's plenty of restaurants. We still meet people every week.